Hello everyone, it's Tatiana from Twice Upon a Treasure. I'm making a quick little video to show you how I pack my succulents. I ship a lot of plants through my eBay store called Twice Upon a Treasure. So I just wanted to show you how easy it is and how you can just use recyclable materials that you don't even have to really spend money to buy. So I get a lot of boxes, from the Dollar Tree, or if I get any Amazon shipments, basically I save all my boxes and then I make my own boxes out of those. So this is the plant that I'm going to ship here. Okay, I basically just wrapped it in plastic. I took it out of its little container, and just to show you, the little root system is down here. So I leave, some soil with it. I get a paper towel, I wrap it around the dirt just so it doesn't go all over the place. And then I put it in a little Ziploc bag. I get these like 150 of them for like $1 something at Walmart. I get the cheapest ones, a generic brand. So I get that. I'll put this aside, but this is basically what I'm going to be shipping today. It's called the Mother of Thousands plant. It has a lot of little babies there growing. So let me put this aside. So I got my piece of cardboard here that I'm going to use. And I always use it inside out. That way I don't have to cross out, or erase any of this information, any of the prior box's information. So what I do is, knowing the size of the plant, I know that I'm going to need like 2.5 inches wide and maybe like, I don't know, 6 or so inches, 6 to 8 inches long. So I take my ruler here. I take this perforation cutter. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. I got this off Amazon. So what I do is I, just lay the flat piece of cardboard here. And then I take my ruler and measure. And I know that I'm going to need wide-wise, like 2.5 inches. So I go through and I just mark the sections. This doesn't cut it all the way through. It just makes a little nice indentation that lets you fold it easier. So I just go through and I, mark the sections. It is four sections that you're going to need to make, the walls of your box. After I do that, I just take the ruler and I basically go all the way through here, to mark the sections. So I have 1, 2, 3 sections here, and then you can see there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is gonna make the walls of the box. So all I do is, after I use this little handy tool, it makes a nice little crease, so it's easy for you to fold and shape it. So there is my box right here. Okay. So then what I do is I take a piece of tape and then I start just kind of closing the box and making the box here. So this is, all the walls of my box are cut. And I know that at the end I'm going to have to make little flaps to go in to close it. So then I will take my razor blade and I just go through each end and I just cut a little slit. I don't know, maybe like an inch, half an inch, depending how much, how long it is, how much room you have in each of the little sections. Because then that's going to let me fold my little slits in and be able to close it. So then what I do is I start, closing the box. So as you can see, I cut all the little edges on the sides. And then I fold it. And there's one section of the box that's closed. So I go ahead and I just tape the box shut there on one of the ends. I make sure it's secured. I usually use, 2 pieces of tape going across just to make sure it's nice and secure. Okay, so that's going to be the bottom of the box. Okay, then I know on this side I'm also going to need also little flaps to close it. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to every corner of it, and I'm going to cut like about an inch or so. So I know that this will be my other section where I'm going to fold it, and it's going to close the other end of it. Okay. So what I will also do, I'll just put a little piece of tape just around the plastic part here so it doesn't, you know, come all undone and the dirt doesn't go all over the place. So just a little tape like that. So here's the plant. It's nicely secured in its little plastic. Okay. So then I will also get, I don't have any regular, usually I save like the newspaper and stuff and I use that, but I don't have any right now. So I do have some tissue paper laying around. So I will just, sometimes I'll just go ahead and stick one piece. I just stick it down there, you know, at the end of the box, just to kind of provide it, you know, some cushion at the end. And then I get another piece, and I just kind of wrap, I take the plant and I just kind of wrap it around, just kind of to protect it. Okay, sometimes you have to be careful if the leaves and stuff are really delicate. You want to be careful that you don't, you know, crush it or scratch it or anything. But you know, you can wrap it whatever way you feel it needs to be. If you want to wrap it around the leaves, but just kind of loosely like this. And then what I do is I put it in the box. So I just slightly push it down, so as you can see it looks, you know, and I'm sorry the lighting and the camera here, but it looks nice and tight in there. The goal is you want the box to be small but not crush the plant either. But you want it, you know, so that it doesn't move all over and get ruined, you know, in transit. So there's a little plant in there, and then I'll just take little tiny pieces and I just squeeze it and I'll put it like just around the leaves to kind of protect it and kind of try to keep it, you know, in place. So as you can see, I kind of just, you know, kind of making it cozy in there. So I'll just put some more like on this corner here. And I'm going to put one more little section just on this side just to kind of support the leaf that was on that side. So I don't know if you can see it real good in here, but there's the plant. The babies are intact in there. And I don't think this is going to pretty much go anywhere. As a last step, I will go ahead and just add a little piece, you know, of paper. I just put it right on top. So just in case, you know, when I close the box or anything, so that it's not, you know, damages it. And then I go ahead and all those little slits I made before, I close them. Then I get some more tape. I close this, and then I just will put a piece of tape across. Then I put a piece of tape going the other direction as well. And then just to be on the safe side, that, you know, the side that I connected, basically, I, you know, put a big piece of tape to kind of cover all that. Sometimes I make boxes out of smaller pieces and make the box. So it all depends, but this is like the easiest way, where I had a big, you know, section, and I just cut part of it and made it that way. So as you can see, I mean, the plant, you move it, it's not even really moving in here. It's nice and tight. You know, I put paper in there, so it's nice and it's not going to go anywhere. So this is how I make my boxes that I ship out my plants in. I usually do with my Cricut machine. I also make my own little handmade, you know, thank you messages. You know, and I'll just put I'll put a message to reach out to me if they have questions. You know, just a nice little touch, I think, when people get a shipment and it has a nice little handwritten message. I didn't put one in this one because the buyer, I guess he resells this, so he told me not to put an invoice or anything. So in those cases, I won't put one in. But if it's something that's going directly to a buyer, you know, from me, then I always send a little card. So here's the box. Please leave your comments below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you. God bless.